everybody, it's Quincy with AllEars, and I am here with a brand new video today. We are doing a full resort and room tour of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. I am so excited, so without further ado, let's get going. Oh my gosh, hello, sir. You are very scary and very beautiful. Goodbye. All right, so Disney's Caribbean Beach is laid out into villages, and each village does have a pretty sizable parking area, so you shouldn't have any issue finding some parking when you're headed here. Keep in mind that parking at a moderate Disney resort is $20 per night. That is applied automatically to your bill. So if you don't park and you see that charge on your bill when you leave, you are going to want to head on over and make sure that that's all sorted out with the front desk. That's happened to me before when I've used a ride share. If you've done the mobile check-in, you can head on to your room. So I drove straight to my building here in the Trinidad village, and now I get to go hunt down my room. So all of the different villages are colorful. They're very beautiful, colorful buildings. They have a lot of amenities in each village. So all of them have little courtyard areas like this one that I'm walking out to. They have white sand beaches, their own pools, laundry facilities, and more, which is pretty neat. Trinidad is located pretty far from both the Skyliner hub and the main lobby, but I think that I found my room. We've got our interesting pirate themed number for some reason. Does this explain why the room number was pirate themed? This is so cool. I'm so excited. I am here. I am in one of Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort's pirate themed rooms. Yes, you heard me. It's real. You can stay in a room that is themed after pirates. And who doesn't love pirates? I know I love pirates. And you should too, because if you don't, it's questionable. All right, well, one thing's for sure. I'm not dressed for this pirate room. You know how I can help?
Yo-ho-ho!
Much better. Or should I say, ARG! Can't explore pirate room without an eye patch. I don't make the rules. So, these rooms are a special feature at Caribbean Beach Resort only. They are, as you can see, very pirate themed. The beds are full out boats. It's like you got two pirate ships of your own. So you could just wage water-based battle in here. Of course, makes sense that the side table would be a barrel. This is so exciting. But yes, these rooms are, as you can see, very intricately pirate themed. They have a lot of detail that goes into them that keeps you getting that pirate theme all around. I've just come up with my pirate name, Captain Redboat. Arrgh! Are you scared yet? You should be, because I'm here to pillage and plunder. I'm a bad egg. So prices do vary at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. They do at all Disney World hotels. It's based on demand and the type of room you have. For a standard room, non-pirate themed here at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, with a standard view that's not a water or pool view, then you're gonna end up paying between $240 and $430 per night, probably on average. We've seen it go a little bit higher and a little bit lower than both of those rates as well. It's a little bit more expensive to get a water or pool view room. We tend to see that range from $270 to $460 per night. And beyond that, you're gonna have some other variances as well. So a preferred room, for instance, is going to cost you around $330 to around $490. Preferred rooms are going to get you closer to the Skyliner station and the main lobby, the old Port Royale building. And finally, you've got the pirate rooms, like the one we're staying in. These do tend to range from $315-ish to around $500. So big wide range there, but keep in mind that's from the cheapest time of the year all the way up to the super expensive days like New Year's Eve. So there's gonna be a wide variance. You're gonna wanna keep an eye on your exact dates to know exactly what you're gonna be paying. Of course, here's Captain Redboat with a hot tip. You should always be looking for special offers because special offers happen all the time for Disney World Resort hotels and for tickets, and you need to keep an eye out for those because you never know when one might crop up. So I was really confused when I first got in here because there's no dresser. And I was like, okay, well, usually hotel rooms have drawers. Get this crazy pile of crates. Not actually a pile of crates. Who would have thought that Disney just didn't stick a pile of crates in here? Actually, it's drawers. There's 4. They're all pretty spacious. You can see they go down real far. But only 4 drawers here. However, that's not all. Oh my gosh, I just tripped over the bed. However, that's not all of the drawers in this room because there's actually this chest too, which I did try to open for a very long time. And I thought it was locked. Like, is the chest locked? No, it's just not a chest. It's just another drawer. So there you go. Chest of drawer. Another question I had, where's the fridge? Well, if you open up this barrel, it's actually holding the fridge. So pretty neat. You got a little mini fridge in your room if you've got leftovers or anything. You can toss them right in there. All right, let's get our exploration on in the bathroom. You've got 2 sinks. Got this big mirror, real big. I can see all of Captain Redboat in her glory. Speaking in third person now, that's where we've gotten. And they've got these cursed pieces of Aztec gold in them, which makes me think that I'm gonna be a skeleton ghost later.
You best start believing in ghost stories, Miss Tyler. You're in one.
You've got an iron and an ironing board, which is super helpful. Extra pillow and blanket, just in case you want to be extra cozy or you're chilly. The commode room has this big full-length mirror. So you can see me doing this. It's pretty good, huh? Bathroom, you got a toilet, another trash can. There are lots of towels, and there's actually even more back under the sink with the hand towels. Let's check out this shower though. We've got even more washcloths and hand towels. I actually am very impressed with the towel selection in this room. It's very nice. Pretty small tub. I wouldn't necessarily take a bath in it. I've got a lot of height. We've got this faucet that has a little snowflake and a little sunshine. So hot on this side, cold on this side. I actually think that's really cute. I am not super impressed with the shower head, and I turned it on earlier. It was not the most powerful. I really like a high pressure shower, so it wasn't really my jam. And of course you have the soaps that come in the refillable containers that have been sanitized for use. So used to be that you could take home little soaps, little Disney soaps, and a lot of people really love those, but this is a lot more environmentally friendly, which is why Disney swapped doing soap this way. All right, we've done some exploring of the room. We know what we're looking at here, and there's only one very important detail left to do. Adjust my eye patch. And that's see how comfy the bed is. So it's time for pirate science.
Well, blow me down.
Gosh. Oh. All right. Okay. It's pretty comfy. It's a firmer mattress. Feels foam. Feels like a foam mattress. So foam mattress, it's firmer. I feel like I could get a good sleep on this. We'll have to see tonight, but I feel like I could get a good sleep. Let's test the pillows. These are soft. These are good pillows. Great. Right now that we've looked around the quarters of the Dread Captain Redboat and named my ship the Wicked Wench, I think it's time we take a look around the resort, don't you? Let's go. So Disney's Caribbean Beach actually opened back in 1988. It was the first moderate category resort on Disney property, which is pretty neat. Gives people that nice balance between wanting something a little bit nicer, but not wanting to pay those high deluxe resort prices. Right now, we are going to make our way over to the main lobby area, but as you might be able to see right up here ahead of me, one big perk of this resort is the access to the Disney World Skyliner. Not only that, but the Skyliner is actually based at Caribbean Beach. So the major hub that you have to go through in many cases when you're riding the Skyliner from the other resorts or from the parks is located here at Caribbean Beach. It is the biggest station and therefore often the busiest. tomorrow we're gonna give it a try and see if we can beat the lines, because if you've watched our transportation race, you'll know that Melissa actually got stuck in 25-minute lines multiple times throughout the morning trying to get on the Skyliner over to Disney's Hollywood Studios. This resort actually underwent a pretty major refurb in 2018, which is good because it's long had a few issues. The pirate rooms were refurbished, so they've been freshened up a little. The floor was swapped out. Most of the rooms have received a few minor upgrades. One big thing to keep in mind about this resort, though, is that there are no elevators. So the villages all only have 2-story buildings, which is a-okay, except you're probably not going to be able to deal with a second floor room if anyone in your party has mobility issues. So no more than 1 flight, but if you have mobility issues, there's not a single elevator. So you'll need to request a first floor room and probably make it clear to the cast members that you do have mobility issues if you are staying here. On top of that, this resort is super spread out. So I've been walking for a while, and I am still in the Trinidad Village. There are 6 villages at this resort, all spread out around a 45-acre lake called Barefoot Bay. So 45 acres, you can get an idea of just how spread out that is. So there are 6 villages, as I said. You've got Trinidad, where I am, that's this pink one. We have Barbados, this blue one. Old Port Royal, there are no guest rooms here, but this is the lobby area with a lot of the dining. There's Martinique, Aruba, and Jamaica. Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take ya. You know what I mean? You've got a Disney Skyliner station here on this end of the resort. And then you have a Disney Skyliner station. This is actually the Riviera Resort Skyliner station, because the Riviera Resort is walkable. It's on the other end of this lake from where we are, but it's really easy to get up to the Riviera Resort. So if you're staying in Martinique or Aruba, you're actually closer to the Riviera Resort station than you are to the Caribbean Beach station, depending on what building you're in. So that's something to keep in mind. You might want to walk over to the Riviera. Another reason you might want to walk over to the Riviera, more dining options. There's actually a character breakfast at Riviera Resort. Topolino's Terrace, the restaurant that's up at the very, very top of the hotel. It's an Italian restaurant. Hosts the breakfast a la art with Mickey and Pals. And it is Mickey and Pals wearing a bunch of super, super ridiculously cute arts dresses and outfits. Cornhole. You might be wondering what this big structure is in front of me, and this is the main feature pool, Fuentes del Moro. It is themed after a Spanish fort. It's got some pirate details. You can see that Jolly Roger flag flying high above. It's also got a kid's splash pad and a whirlpool. So lots of features here. This is the biggest pool at the resort. As I said, all those little villages have their own pools, which is helpful because Fuentes del Moro can get very busy. And if it is, you can head to your own pool, but this is really where it's at. We're taking a little detour on our trip to the lobby to head out and check out Caribbean Key. So again, this is kind of an island, little paradise. When I went up against Melissa in a scavenger hunt here, this is where I found out that I lost. All I do is lose. There are some nice, like, grassy areas. Great place to sit down, take in the view, enjoy the weather. And the playground on Caribbean Key is actually one of the only ones that's open right now. So it has a full kids play area. Some of the beaches have playgrounds as well in the different villages. I think 3 of the different villages have their own playgrounds. But there is this big playground here on Caribbean Key. Caribbean Key is really cool. It's meandering. There's a lot to explore. If you're staying with older kiddos who you're comfortable letting roam, they would probably have a blast at this resort. It's big. They can do a lot of exploring without ever leaving the resort. And there's a lot to see. Lots of details. The ground here has bird footprints in it. Here's that other bridge over to the other side. One thing to note is that Caribbean Key is open from sunrise to sunset. Most of these gates will close at that point, but look at this. Look at these seats. How nice are these? We've got these rocking benches overlooking Barefoot Bay and the nearby villages that are super pretty, and a skyliner going by. You could look for your favorite characters. Seriously, it looks so comfortable. I know that I would grab a good book on my resort day and spend it either in one of those hammocks on the beach or right here, because wow, is this pretty. We're coming up on the old Port Royale building, which is the lobby building here. As you can see, it's really pretty. This resort's design is inspired by the islands of the Caribbean, but the main lobby building is actually inspired by a Caribbean festival, as is Centertown Market, which is one of the quick service dining locations here. The one that's open right now, Centertown Market. That's where we're gonna be having dinner. So we'll learn a lot more about that when we get to it. I love these lanterns through here. I love this fountain with the pineapple. Super cute. So you know that pineapples are a sign of welcome. So this fountain's basically welcoming to your stay at Caribbean Beach if you check in the lobby. Speaking of checking in the lobby, this is the old Port Royale lobby. You've got the front desk over here. Ample seating areas. As well as the Centertown Market over there at the lobby, and Calypso Trading Post, which is the merchandise location here at this resort. Now I know you can't smell it, but even through my mask, I can smell the awesome coconut oily smell that is a part of the Caribbean Beach Resort theming. It is so strong. It smells so good here in the lobby. It makes me think that maybe I'd sit in here even over one of those beaches just to smell that coconut oil smell. So they've really got it going on when it comes to the scents in this lobby. All right, so bus stop at every village and at Old Port Royale. So this is the bus stop right at the lobby. You can see that there is a bus stop here right now. It is one of the resort buses, and that's because actually it's the internal shuttle. So this is the bus you want to use if you're trying to get around just Caribbean Beach. This bus will take you around. All of the parks buses also stop at these bus stops. So you've got options for transportation. It just might add some serious time to your trip. I've hopped on the internal shuttle because I want to give you guys an idea of just how long it takes to get to every single bus stop at this resort. Keep in mind that if you're at the first bus stop, when a bus picks you up, you're gonna have to wait through every single bus stop before you even get on the road to your destination. So, is that a major pitfall? We'll find out. We're gonna see just how much time that can add to your travel time. I'm starting here at Old Port Royale. In most cases, you're gonna be starting at your village, but it'll still give us an idea of how long it takes to get to every single bus stop. Bus to nowhere, here I go. Alright, so we set off right at 6:13. We're already at stop 1. Pretty promising. That didn't take very long. It's only 6:14. We just left stop 2 at 6:16. En route to stop 3. Should I have brought a snack? I should have. We are at Home Sweet Home Trinidad. We can wave to our beloved pirate room. Stop for the Skyliner station. And coming up on Jamaica. So we have been to Barbados, Trinidad, the Skyliner, and here we are stopping at Jamaica. So we're at 4. We're at 4 stops. And we are over 10 minutes in. We're now 12 minutes in. So it's getting up there in time. Well, I've started to decide about decorating choices since I apparently live here now. I think yellow curtains would be nice. Next stop, Aruba! Next stop, Aruba. Can you guys see the faint creepiness of Buzz's face on this window? It's just staring at me on this bus ride. You can see it, right? Right? Like a smile. That's so scary. We're at Aruba. One more spot. We're not Martinique. I'm gonna pass Riviera Resort and we'll be in Martinique and then maybe I can move off of this bus and back to my beloved ship, the Wicked Witch. Is that what she's called? I think that's what she's called. But yep, one more stop. We are currently at 6:28, so 15 full minutes. We still have another stop to go before we can get off this bus. Alright, I am off the Caribbean Beach bus, the internal bus, and I am back at Old Port Royale. So I did not get off at the last stop because I am going to go get a beverage, I believe, after that experiment. I am glad that I don't have to live on the Caribbean Beach Internal Resort bus, but without further ado, that trip from this stop to Martinique, so I'm at Old Port Royale, so going to every single stop, the last stop Martinique, it took 18 minutes. So almost 20 minutes to get to every stop on the Caribbean Beach Resort internal shuttle. Here's the catch. Every single Disney World Resort bus stops at all of those stops. And that means you're adding some time, depending on where you're staying, to every single trip from this resort to the parks. That's a pretty big deal. If you're trying to get to the theme parks in the morning from Caribbean Beach Resort, you're going to want to factor in those extra bus stops. Make sure you ask a cast member what the order of the bus stops are. It can vary from bus to bus and at time of day, so just make sure you ask a cast member which direction the buses are going, and when in doubt, budget in an extra 20 minutes. We usually recommend budgeting 45 minutes to an hour to get to the parks in the morning. Might want to minimum make it an hour if you're staying at Caribbean Beach. That does make it a bit of a bummer. So, can the Skyliner save this resort on the transportation front? I just don't know. We're gonna have to find out. I think it's time that we take a visit over to one of the open options, Banana Cabana. So Banana Cabana is the pool bar located near Fuentes del Mar, the main pool. And it is not only a full service bar, but it also serves some appetizers and sandwiches and things like that. So I'm pretty excited. I'm gonna grab a snack and a drink and see how it holds up. Try to recover from my stint on the Caribbean Beach internal bus loop. I shudder thinking about it. Banana Cabana was refurbished with much of the rest of the resort in 2018. It does offer food and drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. Got some appetizer portions and even some full burger portions here. So this is actually an option for a full meal. Today and regularly, this spot is open from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Drinks you can grab to go, but you won't be getting your food to go at this time. You can get takeout from Centertown Market inside the lobby though. All right, so something to note, you might see that where I'm seated doesn't look a whole lot like Banana Cabana, and that's because I'm actually in the dining room for Sebastian's Bistro. It's currently being used as extra seating for Banana Cabana while the restaurant remains closed. I am still right on the water. It's still kind of toasty in here. I don't think they're blasting the AC as much as I expect people to inside Florida buildings, but I'm sitting in Sebastian's Bistro and I'm gonna order from the Banana Cabana is a drink made with Cruisin' Mango Rum, Parrot Bay Coconut Rum, Bull's Creme de Banana, orange juice, and pineapple juice with a float of grenadine. Alright, so remember that Disney did change the rule that now you have to keep your mask on even when seated at a dining restaurant until you're actually eating or drinking. I'm about to give this Banana Cabana a try, so I'm going to go ahead and remove my mask. And let's see how this beauty tastes, shall we? Ooh. Okay, that's pretty good. So, my one complaint is that the straw kind of shoots me right down into the grenadine, and I'm giving it a stir, but it's not really going anywhere, which is good because it keeps that pretty sunset look, but not so good because it's just a shot of grenadine at the bottom. But tropical flavors. It's on the sweet side. It very much tastes like a pool drink. It's got a lot of the like The Malibu rum is really forward. You can definitely taste that creme de banana. This is something that you would expect to drink on a beach, by the pool, or maybe at like a fun island-themed party. Rum and fruit flavors. Again, on the sweet side, if you don't like super sweet drinks, then this isn't for you, but it's a pool drink. I expect pool drinks to be sweet. It's kind of the one time I give drinks a pass. You can take this. You can take this to go from here or any of the other many cocktails on the menu back to your room or to the pool or whatever you want to do. So pretty neat. I have to say the drink's a win. It's got some good flavors. All right, so these beautiful loaded fries come with pico de gallo, as you can see, cotija cheese, which is kind of similar to Parmesan. That's the cheese that you can see, the white cheese. And then a Caribbean style chili. And I cannot wait to try them. They look so good. Yes. Okay, so the fries are soft, not super crispy, which I usually like my loaded fries to be a little on the crispy side. So these are good fork loaded fries. You can see they kind of like wiggle because the texture is a little soft. I like crispy loaded fries because you can eat them with your hands, and I love a good hand food. The fries aren't anything special. They kind of taste like any fries you get anywhere in Disney World. However, it's the toppings what does it for me. So, hold on. I need to feel myself to be able to keep talking about them. So, let's take a look at these toppings. You've got cotija cheese, which I love, pico, which I love, and Caribbean chili, which I didn't know I loved, but apparently I do. The chili isn't anything super, like, different from what you expect from a chili. It's texturally like a chili. It's got a couple of extra flavors, but it's not spicy or anything like that. So if you can't handle a little kick, I think you'll be okay here. Every once in a while, I'm getting a bite that has a bit, I mean like a tiny bit of heat, but I'm a spicy food eater, and it's nothing to me. I would not call this spicy. The pico does a really good job of lightening it up because loaded fries covered in chili is not a light dish, but you add fresh pico de gallo, and it's like you're eating a salad, basically. I'm kidding. I know this isn't like a salad, but let me dream. Let me eat my loaded fries. All right, it's time for dessert, and dessert is beautiful. This is the coconut and pineapple bread pudding. It is served warm. Oh my god, look at how it just fell apart. What? That's crazy. Served with a side of vanilla ice cream and drizzled with ooey gooey caramel sauce. Wow, this is my first bite. It came to me like it was meant to be my first bite. Oh man, that's criminal. That's just rude. Oh my god. Would you just give me a second? Oh my god. This is amazing. It is so sweet. Like, this is a dessert, okay? It's got a ton of like fruit layered on top, and the pineapple and the coconut. Oh man, it's really, really good. This is a warm, delicious bread pudding. It's kind of similar to the famous one at Ohana. The one at Ohana at Disney Polynesian Resort is a little bit better, but if you're missing that one, you can't get over to Kona Cafe, you're at Caribbean Beach. This will be the trick. I will say, there are definitely full chunks of pineapple. It does not taste like fresh pineapple, it tastes like canned pineapple. And you have to like pineapple to like this because there is kind of a pineapple glaze on it. There's full chunks of pineapple within it, all sorts of stuff. Now, I was nervous because I'm not a big coconut fan because of the texture. I like the flavor of coconut but not the texture. Every once in a while, I take a bite and I can feel the coconut. Most of the time, not as big an issue. And I can't really taste it either, so if you're not a huge coconut fan, but you love pineapple and you love bread pudding, you might still be able to get this. Also, huge portion. I am not even halfway done. I could easily share this with another person, if not another 2 people. There's so much ice cream still. It is a huge portion. If you're looking for a good dessert, you might want to head over to Banana Cabana. All right, I have had my lovely pre-dinner snack. It's a staycation. I can have as many dinners as I want to. What about second dinner? The Lord of the Rings reference. Anyway, I've had my lovely pre-dinner snack. I am headed to explore, I think, the lobby a little bit. We haven't spent too much time in there. Usually you start your vacation in the lobby, but we got to bypass it today, so I think we should go take a look around in there. When you are staying at Caribbean Beach, there is one option for merchandise sales, and that is Calypso Trading Post, located in Old Port Royal, the lobby building. This store is going to be pretty standard when it comes to Disney World Resort merchandise locations. You're going to have a selection of the same merchandise that you'll find in the theme parks or at World of Disney and Disney Springs, as well as some resort-specific merchandise and a few necessities for guests staying at the resort. So let's take a look around. Here are some of those resort-exclusive merchandise items. Banana Cabana Pool Bar actually has its own t-shirt. There are some cute little magnets, an adorable mug. I love the colors. And these toothpick holders, as Disney calls them. I am headed back over to Trinidad Village right now, which is, of course, where my pirate room is. I need to say hello to my ship. I haven't seen her in a while. I miss her dearly. And I am hoping the walk will help me to digest my pre-dinner snack so I can drop off my leftovers and so I can come back and have a lovely dinner at Centertown Market. So I'm headed that way right now as we speak. All right, so I've stopped by my room. I've put away my leftovers. I've taken a little bit of a breather.
Batten down the hatches! All hands on deck for the treasure, or I'll send you down to Davy Jones' locker. Swab the poop deck. We pillage and rifle and plunder and hoot. Drink up, me hearties, yo-ho. We kidnap and rabbit. Hey, I had rum earlier. Drink up, me hearties, yo-ho.
Something like that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and have my kind of late dinner, but I'm pretty excited about it. I'm having a jerk chicken bowl at Centertown Market, and I have heard pretty good things. So I'm excited to see how it tastes. As I'm walking through Barbados here, I wanna talk a little bit about whether or not this resort is worth it. Right now, there are only 2 dining locations open. I really enjoyed my appetizers and drinks at Banana Cabana, and I am excited to try Centertown Market, but there are other resorts that have a lot more dining locations available. So if dining is a big plus for you, then you might want to look elsewhere. Still, Caribbean Beach has the plus of being right next to Riviera Resort, which has a ton of dining, 4 dining options that are all open, wide variety, quick service, bar service, very fancy signature table service. So maybe this resort is actually good for dining. If your party has mobility issues, I think that's going to be the biggest time that you might want to avoid Caribbean Beach Resort. Sure, you can request a first floor room, you can book a preferred room close to the lobby, but this is not the easiest resort to get around by a country mile, and I think that's a relatively large minus. So I just got the notification that my food is ready at mobile order station number 2. So I'm just following these arrows in the ground over here to the order pickup station.
Hi there.
Hey.
Order ready?
Yes, station 2.
Alright. Get my good side.
Will do. All right, so I got the chicken bowl, which is jerk chicken served over rice and beans with a side of tomato and cucumber salad, topped with cilantro lime tofu crema. That must be this. Sounds really good. Tofu crema, interesting. And a pickled vegetable slaw. I am so excited. This smells delicious. I literally can't wait to dig into this and tell you guys how it is. Well, I did eat one of my hairs with that first bite, but wow. It's like hard to comment on because there are so many flavors that kind of explode in your mouth all at once. What I just did was I got a bite of the jerk chicken, the rice, the beans, and the crema, and the slaw all together. And it really was kind of like an explosion of flavor in my mouth. It worked together all very well. The food is beautiful, very colorful. I feel like the ingredients are high quality, which I wouldn't necessarily have guessed from like a quick service spot at a moderate resort, but they do taste high quality. These tomatoes are gorgeous. They burst in your mouth. They have a lot of vinegary flavor. I just tried the rice by itself. The rice could probably be cooked literally like 10 seconds longer. It's got a little bit of that like snap to it that undercooked rice does, but otherwise it's delicious. It's long grain. The black beans are not just standard canned black beans. They've been seasoned, so you get a little kind of aftertaste of something else. You can't go wrong with me and pickled slaw. I do love pickled slaw. I'm actually interested to try this tofu cilantro crema by itself. This is not how you're supposed to eat it, but I wouldn't necessarily eat that on its own. It's very cilantro-y, like just straight cilantro flavor, which I guess is doing its job since it is a condiment and you're not supposed to eat it off your fork like a maniac. So first of all, you've got this huge piece of chicken. It is tear apart, beautiful white meat. I mean, like seriously, this is a killer piece of chicken. Look at this. I'm getting it all over my hands because again, not how you're supposed to eat it, but boy oh boy, am I gonna. They are not too big on the spices here. I mean, this is way closer to real Caribbean jerk chicken than I was expecting. Like, it's caked in that jerk spice. And I mean that really, like caked. Like it's, I mean, you can see like all that brown, that's just jerk chicken seasoning. And it's got some heat to it. This has more heat than I ever expect in Disney World, which isn't a high bar, but it's definitely got some heat to it. Which is why it's great to have the side to cool it down. This is not the entree for a picky eater, I'm afraid. Unless you know you like jerk chicken, you might want to skip out on this one. Just because it is so heavily seasoned. But there's a huge portion. For a lighter eater, or two lighter eaters, this is definitely shareable. If you know you like jerk chicken, you should be ordering this. And that is the hottest tip that I can give you today, is to order this if you like jerk chicken. It's very tasty. Centertown Market in general, not always known for its greatness of food, but this is greatness of food. What I think people say, I don't know. I'm a hooligan, but it was good. All right, so I just ate like all of that. It was so good. I was really impressed with that. I'm not sure I would go out of my way to come to Centertown Market. I think that maybe I would snag it if I were staying here at Caribbean Beach like I am for this staycation, or I might stop by and get Centertown Market if I happened to be looking for dinner on the way back to my Skyliner resort if I was staying at Pop Century or Art of Animation. I think it would be worth it to make the walk over to Centertown Market or Banana Cabana to grab a meal if you are just at the Skyliner station making a stop on the way back. Don't really know what you're gonna do for dinner. It is, I would say, a step up from those value resort food courts because you do actually get more international flavors with the Caribbean and Latin themes to it. And everything I had today was really, really yummy. I will note that Centertown Market and Banana Cabana, to a point, both have options for both picky eaters and more adventurous eaters. My jerk chicken was definitely a more adventurous eater option, but they have other things like classic burgers and sandwiches and salads and things like that for the pickier palates, which is pretty neat. One other thing that's really nice about Centertown Market is it actually has pretty copious outdoor dining. It's late, so a lot of the tables aren't filled up right now, but I did see it look pretty busy earlier. So you can see there's lots of spaces to eat out here, and spring in Orlando makes for some warm temperatures, much like the Caribbean, that aren't too crazy hot, that might make for a nice outdoor lunch. I can say that I would have eaten out here if it weren't so dark.
That said, it's time for me to continue my science.
Whoa.
All that said, it is time for me and my trusty ship, the Wicked Wench, I think, to continue our pirate science. And it's time for me to bunker down, to retreat to the captain's quarters, to lay down in bed. I'm gonna see how comfy the bed is by sleeping in it. See you guys tomorrow. Good morning. All right, so it is dark and early, very early, and I wanted to let you guys know the plan. So I am up, I am ready for the day. First things first, I want to head to the lobby to drop my luggage off with Bell Services because my checkout time is at 11 and I'm headed to Disney's Hollywood Studios. So I'm gonna go drop my bags off. On the way there, I am gonna go ahead and check out what the bus stops are starting to look like. So Magic Kingdom opens at 8 a.m. So it is almost 7 a.m. I'm gonna see how they start to get busy as I see the bus stops. Then I want to head on over to the Disney World Skyliner. So Hollywood Studios opens at 9 a.m. today. According to the cast member I spoke to yesterday, the Skyliner will start running at 8:15. I know from Melissa doing the transportation challenge that the Skyliner got super busy by like that time. Like it was already a 25-minute wait right when she was doing it around opening. So I'm going to go kind of mill about around there until the gates open and see if I can be one of the first people on the Skyliner, because if that cuts my wait down and if I can get to Hollywood Studios in time to effectively rope drop, that is a big, big, big tip for you guys. So hopefully it'll work. Let's go.
All right, so stopping by the Trinidad bus stop. Take a look. No one here yet. So again, it is early, but we're coming up on an hour prior to Magic Kingdom opening. So it is 6:58. The buses, as you can see, start arriving for Magic Kingdom. As you can see, the buses start arriving for Animal Kingdom first. It's already flashing a time for that one, so 7:14 would be the first bus for Disney's Animal Kingdom. I think it's safe to assume that the Magic Kingdom bus would arrive around that time as well, since Magic Kingdom does open at 8 a.m. too, so that bus is going to start running an hour in advance too. But we're not taking the bus this morning. We are going to take the Skyliner. Now the reason for that is, one, it's very cool. We're headed to Disney's Hollywood Studios, so it just makes sense. But two, I know that Melissa found during the transportation relay that the Skyliner gets very busy very quickly in the morning, right when its posted opening happens. And after it gets busy, it stays busy, 25-minute waits, until about noon, according to cast members. So we are going to see what happens if you get to the Skyliner right when it opens, if you have to deal with as much of a wait, or if you can beat it and actually get to Hollywood Studios in time for our rope drop. As you can see, that Skyliner is moving right now. I don't think guests are on it yet. I'm pretty sure they're just running it for the morning because it is almost an hour, it is over an hour before a cast member told me that the Skyliner will start in the morning. But we'll walk over there and find out. There's also a Joffrey's Coffee over there, and I would love to know what time they open so that I can get my caffeine fix. All right, so I was able to get my Joffrey's fix, which I'm pretty excited about. As you can see, the gate is still up outside of the Skyliner, so definitely not time to head over in there yet, but I'm gonna be keeping an eye on it. I am super curious. That queue happens fast. You can see it ahead of me. This queue popped up out of nowhere pretty much. So we're gonna wanna hang out in the area, be here 90 minutes ahead of park opening for Disney's Hollywood Studios. Here's Hector. Coco Skyliner. All right, so my wait all in was 10 minutes exactly from when they started filling in the Skyliner
Ladies, gentlemen, and
line.
Islanders of all ages.
My guess is that regardless of what time you get there, you are gonna end up waiting one way or the other. Either you're gonna wait for the gates to open and for them to fill in the station, or you're going to wait for the people ahead of you if they've already opened the gates like they had around 7:42. So I would say that your best bet is to get there earlier rather than later, because would you rather wait for the gates to open prior to the time that could be taking from your rope drop at Hollywood Studios, or would you rather wait once rope drop starts? And the answer is probably going to be that you'd rather wait before that point. So get to the Skyliner, the earlier the better. Grab yourself a Joffrey's Coffee, hang out outside that gate until they open it. 7:30 a.m., they're probably gonna open that gate. In my case, that was an hour and a half in advance of the park opening, and they started filling in the station about 10 minutes after that. I got there around that time, and there was already a 10-minute line ahead of me that had to fill into the station. So just keep in mind that Skyliner gets busy quick. So earlier the better. Still, I think we're gonna make it to Hollywood Studios with plenty of time to rope drop. Thank you.
Bye, Merida.
Thank you. She called me Merida. Customers are so nice. As of 8:15 a.m., I am through temperature check, I am through security, and I have successfully rope dropped Hollywood Studios. And all I had to do was get on the Skyliner an hour and a half in advance. All right, that just about does it for my staycation and resort tour here at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. I had a really awesome time. I hope you guys did as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss any AllEars videos. You can also follow us on social media at AllEars.net to make sure you know all the latest Disney updates. And let me know in the comments of this video where you'd like to see me go next. As always, I'm Quincy. I had a great time with you today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye! Want more AllEars videos? Click here. And want to subscribe? You can do that right here. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you real soon.